Good morning. This verse features two pregnant women meeting for a chat. How ordinary. But of course, one of them is having a baby much later than hoped, and the other one much earlier than is deemed acceptable. Both are pregnant under unusual circumstances, and I wonder who was the most shocked when they walked into the room together and saw that the other one was pregnant. In this verse, we don't actually see any physical births yet, but we do see a prophetic ministry birth. John, for that's the one that Elizabeth is carrying, John, who goes on to be John the Baptist, while still in the womb, seems to recognize that this is big in terms of Mary's pregnancy, and he moves. And that leads Elizabeth, who's the older one, to say, Mary, you are blessed, and so is the child that you're carrying. It's nativity time of year, isn't it? And every girl wants to be Mary. Every girl wants to get her mum to hunt out the blue scarf that will enable her to play that role. And in order to avoid small child meltdowns, so often the nativity plays, they kind of bend history a little bit with multiple Marys fighting over a baby in scenes more reminiscent of Solomon and the two women in 1 Kings 3. If you don't know the story, have a look at it. It's a cracker. But the reality, how blessed is Mary? With blessing comes cost. With privilege comes cost. There's disgrace, gossip, and exclusion, probably why she's gone to Elizabeth. There's persecution as they end up being refugees after the birth of Jesus. There's having to share her son with the world. Remember when Jesus says, who is my mother? Who are my brother and sisters? They're the ones who do the will of God. And there's watching her son die. A sword will pierce her soul, as Simeon says to her. She does indeed have a noble, blessed calling. But just wearing a blue scarf is not quite enough. As we receive blessing today and through this season, help us, Lord, to bear the cost. Amen.